is real. Listen.
Good evening, good evening, and good evening. I am Paranormal Ripples, aka Ray, and this is Secrets of the Stars, episode number 37, would you believe? 3 away from the elusive number 40 and 13 away from number 450. This is one of my most successful shows, and this is where I talk about everything from UFOs to ancient civilizations to where to believed in the gods of all otherworldly beings, and that in which they class as gods. Um, Some of the famous toys I've discussed is Anunnaki, or Anunnaki, Sumerians, the Dogon tribe, the Pleiades stars cluster, and everything. But today I'm going to be talking about, or tonight, depending when you're watching this, I'm going to be discussing the Mysterious Nine. Yes, the Mysterious Nine, which was also a topic of discussion for Ancient Aliens, I believe, that TV show which everyone likes to talk about from time to time with Georgius and all of them discussing stuff, and Nick Pope and all that. Well, so if you don't know the story with the Mysterious Nine, these are 9 people that have been made up, like an intergalactic council, basically, that are overlooking Earth and are basically, here to like guide us or shape us or whatever. And in every culture, near enough, there's 9 deities or 9 gods or whatever you want to call them in your culture, and that. So as always, if you enjoy this video, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, all that good stuff. And I'd love to hear your views on this topic. Um, but yeah, so the 9 deities. There's one culture that believes in 9 gods, and it's a famous culture, ancient Egypt. Yes, and ancient Egyptians believed in 9 gods. The 9 gods of Egypt, the 9 Ennead gods. And I'll show you my screen now. Here we are. The 9 Ennead gods of Egypt are Atum, which is going to be very important in a minute. Shu, Tefnut, Jeb or Geb, Nut or Nut, Osiris or Osiris, Isis, Seth, and Nephthys. They are the family of Atum, the god of the sun, obviously. And obviously that they go to this look Heliopolis. And that they went there every time to basically talk and everything. And if you don't know about Heliopolis, they have a mega obelisk in the middle where Atum once stood. And there it is. There you go. There's the obelisk. This obelisk is exactly apparently where Atum once stood all those years ago. And as you can see, there's the hieroglyphs and everything. But yeah, Atum once stood there, which is crazy. Well, going back to Atum, there was, if you don't know, this is what I'm going to tell you now. Who knows about Project Penguin? or who's heard about Project Penguin. If you don't know what Project Penguin is, I'm going to get it up for you now. But it was a secret thing. Yeah. Where is it? If I can find it. Yeah, I can find the article. In the 1950s, I believe this was happening. There you go, Edward Arsenal. It is. This is what was going on. Here you go. There you go. They call this Project Penguin basically, but it was like Project MK Ultra. But basically, what happened here in the Edward Arsenal facility in Maryland? These experiments began after the conclusion of World War II and continued until the public became aware of these experiments, resulting in an outcry. But the purpose was to evaluate the impact of low-dose chemical warfare agents on military personnel, and to test protective clothing, pharmaceuticals, and vaccines. And there's also a load of other stuff. But one of them, they conducted an experiment on it with a Faraday cage, and they basically tested telepaths, like psychic mediums, linked to picking up people who are like otherworldly beings or other like paranormal beings or whatever. And basically, what happened was, I think it was one of them, Doctor, I can't remember his name, hang on. Arsenal. Not No, I'm gonna just have a look, hang on. Doctor Who made contact with the 9. Not there. Was that him? Hang on. Was it Dr. Panache? I think it was him. I could be wrong. But I think it was either him or someone around about that time. But yeah. That's it. I believe it was either him, Dr. Purash, or that, and he come into I could be wrong, but I obviously need to try and find more information out on, because there's obviously, you know, but yeah. But basically what happened was, I think he got invited there, Dr. Purash, or one of them, and he got tested for this, and he got put in this Faraday cage, and basically he made contact with these 9 gods, or the 9 deities, or 9 whatever. Yeah. But I think Dr. Purash got got invited by Edward Ruppelt. Yeah, Edward Ruppelt. Yeah, I believe he did. Hang on, if it is who I think it is. Yeah. Basically, what happened anyway was that this guy basically went into the Faraday cage, and they said to him, basically, you test it yourself and see what you get. There was no holy water. There was nothing for him to go under or anything. It was just straight. Like this Faraday cage was all that he had to blow bring the electromagnetic things, waves it in, and he made contact with this like intergalactic group of 9, the Mysterious 9. And the one person that he contacted me and made contact with was Atum, by all accounts. The sun god of Heliopolis in ancient Egypt. And so what does that tell you? Does that tell you something? So I believe that so yeah, he made contact with him. And so we go from that story and them 9 of the Mysterious 9 to another thing with 9. The 9 Emperor Gods Festival in Asia. This is a 9-day Taoist celebration beginning on the eve of the 9th lunar month of the Chinese calendar, celebrated in countries such as Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, and even southern Thailand by the Peranakans community. So, here, the same principle with psychics, kinda. They get these 9 psychic mediums to channel these 9 gods or these 9 emperor gods, and that for the entirety of the festival, and then they let them go back up into the stars. So there you go. Look, 2 of the stars are invisible, obviously, but they believe that they believe the 9 emperors is formed by the 7 stars of the Big Dipper and 2 assistant stars that are invisible to most people. And yeah, the Big Dipper. You don't know what a Big Dipper constellation is like, guys and girls. There it is. There's the Big Dipper. So basically, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 there, and then there's 2 which are invisible, which you don't see. But I mean, what is this fascination with cultures and 9 gods? Because if you believe it, there's 9 gods in Mayan culture as well. They're they call them the Lords of the Night. See, a set of 9 deities who each ruled over every 9th night, forming a calendrical cycle. Each lord was associated with a particular fortune, bad or good, and that was an omen for the night that they tried to rule over. So yeah, you got 9 gods there. And then you have the 9 Norse gods as well. There you go. All the 9 Norse worlds, see? So what is this fascination with 9? Why is it always 9? So you've got Norse mythology, you've got as the Mayan mythology, they got the 9 emperor gods in Asia, Egypt, Greece. If you look at Greece, yeah, you might have had 12 Zeus, but there's a special 9 that you always looked at talking with, and there's 3 that he didn't really communicate with on this council. Like, what is it? What is it with 9? There you go. They call him out there, see? There you go, look. There's Athena, Hera, Hades, Zeus in the Greek gods. Basically, they talk about how Zeus was talking about how they just used to wipe the slate clean if things got too much. And then start again. And where have I heard that before? Wiping the slate clean on humanity and then starting again. Because it just seems funny how all these ancient cultures again don't know each other and they're separated by thousands and thousands of miles, and yet they all worship 9 gods. Why is it 9? And then there's that Black Knight satellite up in space at the minute, which is apparently sending information back to a group of people or whatever. Could it be a person sending information back from us? And apparently, also, this guy right here in the coast, right here, that one right here, Valiant 4. If you don't know who Valiant 4 is, I'd suggest you go and look it up because that story is interesting. How he managed to, because apparently he's an alien. Well, apparently, I'll say apparently because we don't know basically what he was, but a lot of people say he's an alien, and he come down on a one morning, and that in President Eisenhower's reign of presidency, in America, landed in a field in Virginia, basically in Alexandria, Virginia, landed his spacecraft, got out, and immediately told the cops when they saw him, "You need to take me to your president." and it's later come out now through a book by someone, Stranger, the Stranger of the Pentagon or something. Stranger at the Pentagon by Frank Strange is here. There you go, March 16, 1957. See, I couldn't think of the date, but yeah, I knew 1950. But yeah, this guy wrote this book. He was he was working at the Pentagon at the time, and the foreword. Wait, can I get a foreword? If I can see it, hang on. Vlog, no. There's a foreword. Here you go. Dr. Arleigh Bird. Who happens to be the nephew? Who happened to be the nephew, I should say. Can anyone guess of who? There you go. He's a nephew to the late Rear Admiral Richard Byrd. And if you don't know who Richard Byrd is, go and look it up, because he was the one who went on that mission to Antarctica and talked about a civilization living in Antarctica that was worried about humans using nuclear weapons. So, and at the time, Arleigh, his nephew, when this work was done, worked for 6 years in the United States Pentagon's Department of Defense, and was working on UFO stuff. So it was grim. So we have Arleigh and we have Richard, his uncle, and we have strangers all collaborating. No, we're all collaborating about UFO alien stuff, some aspect. But yeah, Valiant 4 came to America. I suggest going to read this book. I read it all earlier on here, but I'd suggest going and read it. It's a fascinating read about how Valiant 4 was, and how he got into the Pentagon, and everyone took him seriously there. And how Eisenhower wanted to mention him and say this is basically what, but he was stopped. Even Nixon was in on it. Tricky Dicky. Sorry about that, guys and girls. But yeah, I would like to say, go and read this book, because it's fascinating. Yeah, like I said, Tricky Dicky even was in on it. Richard Nixon. And he was like to go back, and he come to help mankind. He did, Valiant 4, and he was like to come from the Mysterious 9, because they were worried about the nuclear weapons as well. And he didn't force anyone, but he just come here and said, Basically, you need to get rid of the nuclear weapons around the world, otherwise you're basically fucked. So, there's got to be something here, everyone. And look, see, CIA secret file. Look, it goes into detail here, strangers. Look. Yeah, but go and read this. I would recommend go and read that. No. So you can't even get to read it out loud on here. But yeah. Let know what your thoughts are, everyone. So on this in the comments or in the or what you think about it all. But yeah. So we got Arlie Bird, Richard Bird's nephew, and strangers collaborate or not collaborating, corroborating the story. And then we have Arlie, whose uncle was in Antarctica for a mission by the government. And he saw a civilization. So yeah. That is fascinating, isn't it? How all of a sudden you have the 9 gods from them all around the like cultures and civilizations. You get Radiant 4 come down from the 9 from these 9 mysterious 9 people to warn us. You've also got the Black Knight satellite that could be looking on us, because also that Black Knight satellite is supposed to be near for over like 13,000 years, they say, or something, or close. But apparently, in the Apocalypse of Baruch, this guy, I'm familiar with him, the Greek Apocalypse of a Baruch. Here you go. Where are we? There you go. And he took me and led me to where the sun goes forth, and he showed me a chariot and 4. And behold, a bird circling before the sun, about 9 cubits away. And I said to the angel, "What is this bird?" And he said to me, "This is the guardian of the earth." And I said, "Lord, how is he the guardian of the earth? Teach me." And the angel said to me, "This bird flies alongside of the sun, and expanding its wings, receive its 6 fiery rays. Or if he were not receiving them, the human race would not be preserved. But God appointed this bird Furito, and he expanded his wings, and I saw on his right wing very large letters, as large as the space of a threshing floor, the size of about 8,000 modi, and the letters were of gold. An angel said to me, "Read them," and I read 9, and they ran fast. So basically, he talks about this bird being a satellite and using the sun to charge up all those years ago. And if you notice now with our satellites in space, what can they do? They can expand their wings and retract them, just like they were talking here. All these years ago. There you go. It was written in the late 1st to early 2nd century, after the fall of Jerusalem to the Romans. Tell me I'm crazy here or that, but I want to know your thoughts. But yeah, what's going on? What is going on with all this? And there's that Black Knight satellite. Is that what Baruch saw? Is that what Baruch saw? All those years ago. So is it all connected to these mysterious 9? Like the Black Knight satellite? This story of Baruch. You're seeing this thing, this satellite, which he described as a bird feeding off the sun. Valiant 4. All of it. It's all got to be connected somehow. Either I'm not looking at the right place or I'm doing something wrong, but there's something in my mind telling me that it's all connected. Mm. So yeah, but I'd recommend reading that Change at the Pentagon. Read it because it is fascinating. I read it all. I read most of it earlier. I'm going to finish it later. But yeah, something is not adding up with all this. Why 9? And why is there so many accounts of stuff like this throughout history? So yeah. And also there's all that thing in about Project Penguin. Or in Maryland in the Edward Arsenal. Also, I forgot about that. About Edward Arsenal with him. Why is it that when that doctor went under and done the experiment himself, he made contact with a moon, the sun god of Egypt? And this is in the 50s, mind you, everyone. 1950s. Why was it a moon? Wow, this was a short video, but yeah, I'm gonna leave it there because I'm gonna let you all think on it now, because yeah, and if you got any theories, I'd love to hear them in the description. I'd love to hear them in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching. I've got some more videos in the works, don't worry, so I'm not going to neglect YouTube, but I thought this one would be an interesting one just to, like, you know, give you a bit of a taster again of what, you know, I'm going to probably come back to this topic again one day with, fresh eyes with people and that, with other people in the, that, because I know I want to get a couple of other people's views and that. So don't worry. Yeah, there you go. So let's turn my cam off for a second. Yeah, but yeah, I want to get fresh views on this when people are available. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I've been Paranormal Ripples, aka Ray. Love and be kind to everyone. Respect everyone. And most of all, enjoy everything. Like, and as I was going to say with these kind of topics, I always leave a little thing for Secret of the Stars in this one with the 9 deities is let me know why it's always 9, because in my eyes, something doesn't add up. Thank you, everyone, and take care. Have a good night.